Hello, Adrian Howard with Weather Rampage, and what you're looking at right now, potentially major Hurricane Ida as it continues to move into the Gulf of Mexico and is very fastly heading towards Louisiana as we speak right now. Now, as far as the impacts of Hurricane Ida to have catastrophic impacts, Hurricane Ida's impacts are going to be as follows. Hurricane Ida is expected to hit Houma, Louisiana now Sunday morning. Major to catastrophic storm surges of 12 feet or more are expected along the coastal areas. Catastrophic damage from winds up to 145 to 155 miles per hour are expected of Hurricane Ida. Land debris would be dangerous to people and animals outside. Extreme damage to trees, power poles, and buildings are likely with a lot of power outages as well. Flooding is expected with storm surges and total storm precipitation amounts reaching 12 inches in some locations. Storm surges are going to be very high from this hurricane. So if you live in Louisiana, you need to be getting out of there. You need to be actually already out of there now as the storm continues to approach the area at around 16 miles per hour, which does not give you a lot of time to get out of the area. Now, as far as other impacts from Ida, or actually I'm going to give you the stats on Hurricane Ida as of 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Here are the stats on Hurricane Ida. At latitude position was 26.2 north, longitude position was 87.0 west. Maximum sustained winds around the center of Hurricane Ida were at 105 miles per hour, and the storm movement was northwest at 16 miles per hour with a storm central pressure of 969 millibars, which tells me that the hurricane is beginning to intensify with the pressure being down from what it was earlier. So just letting you know that right now. And as far as the storm strength and the path of the storm, I expect the storm to become more organized as it is becoming more and more organized. Category 4 storm in this general location here along the Gulf of Mexico, and as it approaches the coast, I expect the storm to become a Category 5 hurricane. A lot of storm surge here in New Orleans, and also areas to the northeast of New Orleans and points southeast of New Orleans. A lot of storm surge in Lake Pontchartrain. I do expect a lot of storm surge from this storm as water continues to pile up on the eastern sides of this hurricane as it continues to move in at a fast clip. Even though the storm is moving at a fast clip, the water is going to continue to pile up as the storm continues to move inland. So that is going to be a threat as the storm continues to move closer and closer into the area and location. Now, as far as a hurricane warning, this area in red is under a hurricane warning, and this area in orange is under a tropical storm warning. So, any New Orleans, you are under a hurricane warning. Houma, Louisiana, you are under a hurricane warning. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, you're under a hurricane warning, and areas around those areas are under tropical storm warnings for those type wind speeds. Now, as far as catastrophic storm surge, this area here in the kind of the pinkish area is under a catastrophic storm surge warning, which includes Lake Charles all the way over to Gulfport, Mississippi. This does include the New Orleans area, and the catastrophic wind path I have in purple, which does include the New Orleans area, and also Houma, Louisiana, up to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is under a catastrophic wind path area that I have shaded in purple from this hurricane. Now, as far as the wind speeds, now the most dangerous wind speeds I do expect to be on at landfall will be at Houma, Louisiana, all the way up to Thibodaux, up to Gonzales, up to Prineville, up to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, up to Morgan City, and points around there. Wind speeds I expect 140 to 160 miles per hour as the eye wall crosses over the land of Louisiana as Hurricane Ida moves inland. Now, winds from 100 to 140 miles per hour, I expect around the eye wall from Woodville to, let's see, that looks like that says Hey Out Vista to New Orleans. I expect wind speeds to be 100 to 100, 140 miles per hour. And in the yellow area, 50 to 100 mile per hour wind speeds from this hurricane as it moves inland. Now, as far as the major flash flooding risk from Ida, the storm is expected to produce a significant amount of flooding in the form of flash flooding, and this storm could produce up to 20 inches of rain, 15 to 20 inches of rainfall, especially in the New Orleans area, which is right here. Actually, I want you to be able to see what I'm drawing here. New Orleans area right here could receive 15 to 20 inches of flash flooding rainfall, as well as storm surges of 12 feet up into the area as well. This storm is expected to move into Louisiana area Sunday morning with heavy rain and catastrophic strong winds as a hurricane. So a pretty potent hurricane indeed. And just want to give you a little bit of tidbit of history. This hurricane will actually be moving in on the same date as Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. On the same date of August 29th, 2005. So just wanted to kind of let you in on that history. So this storm is going to be almost just as potent as Katrina as it comes in to Louisiana, with a little bit more catastrophic, looks like, storm impacts. Not sure if the storm is going to slow down, but if it does slow down, it will be just as catastrophic as Katrina. But we will see as the time rolls on. Again, here are the stats on Hurricane Ida. Here's the color satellite imagery. As you can see, there's an eye wall that is formed on the hurricane. Latitude position. The center of Hurricane Ida was located at 26.2 north. Longitude position was at 87.0 west. And its maximum sustained winds was at 105 miles per hour. Storm movement was northwest at 16 miles per hour with a storm central pressure of 969 millibars. And the storm continues to move off to the northwest at 16 miles per hour, which is a very fast clip for a hurricane, which would not give you enough time in Louisiana to evacuate. So the storm will be there by tomorrow morning. So here is another view, satellite view of the hurricane. As you can see here on the true color satellite imagery, as you can see here, the eye wall is in this general location right here as it continues to wobble along. As you can see, this fanning out, the hurricane is fanning out here, as you can see on this satellite imagery, which is very indicative, showing that the hurricane is continuing to intensify, and that gives the hurricane the strength and the power to be able to grow and be able to breathe and be able to expand. And that tells me, by looking at the satellite imagery, that the hurricane is beginning to expand and the wind field is beginning to expand as well. So that tells me also, from a meteorological standpoint, that this storm is beginning to get bigger and intensify. So if you live in Louisiana, I urge you to please get out of there. If you haven't got out of there already, get out of there tonight. You should already be out of the area. Okay? So I'm going to continue to keep you updated on Hurricane Ida as it continues to strengthen into a major hurricane. This is Adrian Howe, Weather Rampage. Take care, everyone, and stay safe out there.